Hello, second graders. Welcome to our next week of health videos. We have already talked about our mental health, and we talked about our heart last time. That's my heart, right by my cougar. Go Cougs. Today, we're talking about lungs and what are lungs. And lungs are in the body. You have two of them, and they help you breathe. So when you do this, you're bringing air, oxygen, into your lungs. And then, if you remember from last week, remember what that was that took that oxygen all over the body? It's called blood. So when you breathe in, all that oxygen goes into your, let's see here, what's that word? Lungs, right there, lungs. And then the blood takes the oxygen throughout your body to help it work. So what are lungs? Look at these cool pictures right here. Those look like lungs, but they're a little different size. You have two lungs. The lung on your left is a bit smaller than the lung on your right because it has to make room for your heart to fit in your chest. The lungs and your heart need to be close together because they all work together. So let's see how they work right here. Put one hand on your chest and the other on the upper part of your tummy. So I'm going to move this down a little bit. So my chest and my belly. Boom. Now breathe in deeply. You will feel your chest and tummy get bigger as air goes in. When the diaphragm contracts, it pushes some of the organs in your tummy down so that there's more space in your chest. So when you breathe in, your lungs expand and more air can come in your body so the blood can pump all that oxygen the rest of your body. That's pretty cool. So what do the lungs look like? They're right in your chest here. There's a lot of fancy words. But when we breathe in, we bring in the oxygen. When we breathe out, that's all that bad air. Can you say this word right here? When we breathe out, it's called carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is carried by the red blood cells, which is your blood, in the lungs, where it's emptied into the air that leaves the body. For you to exhale or breathe out, that means the ribs relax and push the air out, and then you go, and when you blow out, you might have some bad breath, but you get rid of all that bad air. So when you blow all that bad air out, all the good air comes right back in. That's so cool about our bodies. I want to show you some fun facts about the heart, or the lungs, I'm so sorry. A person usually breathes an average of 13 pints of air every minute. A pint is 16 ounces, which is about the size of a bottle of water. Now, lungs aren't the same size. We talked about that. To accommodate the heart, the right lung is larger than the left lung, just in humans. Something cool, lungs float on water. I don't know if you wanted to know that, but they do. Lungs and tennis courts can be the same size. What do lungs and tennis courts have in common? Their size. It's pretty impossible. If the lungs are opened flat, they would be so big they would cover a tennis court. You have a tennis court in your chest. That's pretty cool. Oxygen only plays a small part in breathing. The air we breathe contains 21% oxygen, but our bodies only use 5%. The rest is exhaled, and that's called what? Who remembers that word? Carbon dioxide. That's right. Then we put some more in. Let's see here. Children and women breathe faster and have higher breathing rate than men. So you guys at home, you got to get big and strong so you have a more healthier breathing. And humans exhale 17.5 milliliters of water per hour. That's interesting. So what are we doing today? We learned a little bit about the lungs, which are around our heart. Now, what we're going to be doing is watching the video below. Once you're done with that video, I got 3 questions for you to answer just to make sure your big brain's turned on and you learned something today, second graders. Thank you so much for coming, second graders, and I will see you next week.